조계종 제15대 종정예하 중봉 성파대종사 추대법회에서 스리프리야 란가나탄 주한 인도대사가 한국과 인도불교의 깊은 유대를 설명하고 조계종과 인도의 우정이 종정예하의 지원으로 더욱 굳건해질 것이라고 헌사했는데요. 오늘은 특별히 스리프리야 란가나탄 주한 인도대사님을 모시고 이야기를 나눠보겠습니다. 나마스테.
Namaste.
You participated the proclaiming ceremony of Venerable Songpa as Supreme Patriarch of Jogye Order on March 30th and gave a congratulatory speech. Please tell us how you feel first.
I must say in all honesty that this was for me one of the most special moments of my time here in Seoul as the Indian Ambassador to the Republic of Korea. And I think this was such an extraordinary privilege to be able to represent my government, my country, as the country which is the land of the Buddha, at this very auspicious ceremony of the swearing in of Venerable Songpa as the Supreme Patriarch. So it was an extraordinary moment for me.
During the event, we saw you using a different podium when you were giving congratulatory remark. Is there any specific reason?
Well, you know, in Indian tradition and culture, we do not stand with our back to the deity. And in this case, I noticed when I was in the audience that the position of the podium was such that it would place the speaker with the back to the Lord Buddha statue in Jogesa and with the back to where Venerable Songpa himself was seated. And I did not want to do that, so I chose to stand instead on the adjacent podium so that I could say what I had to say to the audience while paying my respects to Lord Buddha and to Venerable Songpa at the same time.
Construction of Bunwangsa in Bodhgaya, India will complete next month. I think you have a special feeling about this as ambassador. If Indian government has some plans to help Bunwangsa, please tell us.
It's for us a very happy moment, and I think it is a very happy moment for Korean Buddhists as well, that finally the first Korean Buddhist temple in Bodh Gaya, which is the most holy and symbolic place for Buddhists around the world, is being completed and will be able to welcome the faithful of Korea to Bodh Gaya in the future. And I think it was to me personally a matter of great satisfaction that we were able to support the Jogye order in whatever way we could in facilitating the travel, facilitating the movement of material from Korea to India, so that they were able to complete this very important task even in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. So we are looking forward to receiving a strong delegation from the Jogye order for the inauguration of the temple very soon. And whatever facilitation, whatever support is needed by the order at that point, I can assure you that my government will be there to provide it.
Last year, the bronze Buddha statue, which Indian government made, enshrined in Tongdosa, Yeongchuk lineage. It is very meaningful because Tongdosa is the place where Sakyamuni Buddha's real body is enshrined, and also Venerable Songpa's residence.
That's right.
Regarding this, if you have some plans to continually communicate with Tongdosa, please tell us.
You know, for me, Tongdosa is really a very special place. I know that it is one of the most hallowed places for Korean Buddhists. I have had the good fortune of visiting Tongdosa repeatedly. I've been there 3 times now. And I know the old connections between Tongdosa and India. In fact, I've heard from Venerable Songpa himself as well as from the head monk of Tongdosa that the location of Tongdosa was determined because of the similarity between the Garuda Parvata which is close to Rajagriha, where the Buddha lived and preached, and the Yeongchuk Yeongnim, which is the location of the Tongdosa, in which embrace of which the Tongdosa has located. And when I went there, I could really feel the spirit and feel the sense of serenity and the sense of calm over there. We are hoping that over the coming years we will be able to come back repeatedly to Tongdosa to celebrate our what we are calling the Enshrinement Day of the Lord Buddha statue in Tongdosa, which falls on the 16th of May. And this year it is particularly auspicious because in India we celebrate the birthday of Lord Buddha this year on the 16th of May. So I'm looking forward to going back to Tongdosa and paying my respects again to the statue of Lord Buddha, the Indian Buddha as they call it, and at the same time spending some time in that beautiful place.
On 2018, South Korean First Lady Kim Jong-suk participated in the groundbreaking ceremony of Queen Ha's Memorial Park. The ancient Korean book named Samgukyusa, The Heritage of the Three States, said Queen Ha was a princess of Ayuda, India, and the founder of Gaya Buddhism. Koreans are very interested in Gaya Buddhism. How do people in India view Queen Ha?
You know, I think this is again one of those strands of connections between India and Korea, which has become really very meaningful and has captured the imagination of Indian people as well. There is a memorial to Queen Ha which has been built on the banks of the river Sarayu in Ayodhya, which is again a very special place in India. We were fortunate to be able to welcome the First Lady in India in 2018 when we laid the foundation stone for a larger memorial for Queen Ha over there. And I think the people of India see this as being a very strong connection between India and Korea. And I see also when I go to Gimhae, where we have so much of goodwill is visible for the India-ROK friendship over there as well. I was told by many people in Gimhae that the blood of the people of Gimhae in fact carries both Indian and Korean blood, because they draw their lineage from this royal wedding between King Kim Suro and Queen Ha. Another very interesting story is that Queen Ha came along with some of her brothers who were in fact Buddhist monks, and they carried the message of the Buddha at that time itself.
Right.
And they also carried some of the tea plants which were planted in Gimhae, and I think it's the Jangun tea, which is very famous and is considered to be some of the finest tea in Korea. So I see these as being connections between India and Korea, which we really celebrate with in as many ways as we possibly can.
Next year is 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between South Korea and India. If you have some exchange programs between India and South Korea, especially in Buddhism, to celebrate our 50th anniversary, please let us know.
Absolutely. Next year is a very special year in our relationship. 50 years is a milestone in any case, and we will be marking this milestone in as many arenas as possible. And I see so much of opportunity also in the realm of Buddhism. So we are planning to have a few conferences, have a few perhaps joint research programs in which we have Buddhist scholars from India and Korea working together to explore the connections between Indian and Korean style Buddhism. We are also hoping that we'll see strong Korean participation in the Global Buddhist Conference that will be organized in India this year as well as next year. We are looking forward to seeing more Korean scholars, Buddhist scholars, perhaps coming to participate in the Nalanda University, which is another major academic institution where there will be a lot of focus on Buddhist studies. This apart, for me, I see one very small but I think very meaningful initiative that I hope will be taken next year. There are two saplings of the holy Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya which have been gifted to the people of Korea by the Prime Minister of India on two occasions in the past. Both of them are currently in the Korean Arboretum for safekeeping until they grow strong and are capable of coming out. But I think that I hope that at least one of these can be move to a more accessible location where the Korean Buddhists can come, can pay their respects to the tree and seek the blessings of the Buddha in the presence of this very special tree. So I see that as being something that I hope will materialize in the 50th year of India-ROK friendship.
India is the place where Sakyamuni Buddha spent a lifetime from going on the great mission to finally entering nirvana. I wish communication between India, the land of Buddha, and South Korean Buddhism become more active. Thank you so much for today's interview.
Thank you so much. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Namaste.